Welcome to Fragments of Silicon, the best treat in the heat. All right, welcome to another installment of Fragments of Silicon, the daylight interviews. A bit of a reminder, Galax is on assignment in Portland. PortCon is this weekend, and he just departed. So, um, with that in mind, joining us this week is Ramiro Zevallos of Raze Game.
Hey, hello everyone.
How you doing today?
Great. Very excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Mm, It's good to have you. It's good to have you, I think. Right. So, how we like to get started with these interviews is we like to get to know the person behind, the studio, the games, and all of that assorted business. And we begin this quest with this question: what got you
Yes.
interested in video games, both on a personal and a professional level?
Okay. So, in a personal level, I think I started playing video games when I was 6 years old. I am 23 right now, and my first console it was the PS2 when I was 6 years old, and that shaped my view of everything. Like it was like a big moment in my life, and I started playing games. RPG was always my genre. Games like Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 12 were inspired me to make Donnaverse Quest, for example. And
Mm-hmm.
here in Argentina, the PS2 was like a big event because it was so cheap to buy and so cheap to buy games. Like the piracy of it, it was like every PS2 were modded here. I don't know if they're in the
Was it?
US. It was like that, or but
I mean, it was. I just know with certain Latin American countries, it didn't take off because of stupid import fees, like
oh,
Brazil
okay.
comes to mind.
Oh,
Um,
oh, right. Brazil is more like Sega stuff, right? Or maybe.
well, yes, that's because there's an end run there. Sega partnered
Oh,
with a local distributor called Tectoy. Um,
okay.
because otherwise, as far as I understand it, consoles in Brazil were just always expensive, which is why they're much more of a PC community.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So, uh,
But here in Argentina, like the PS2 was really big because it
mhm.
was so affordable, and it was my primary console from like when I was 6 to when I was 18 years old. I never changed to a PS3 or a PS4 or Xbox 360, anything like that. So I played like a lot of the catalog of the PlayStation 2, and it's like the biggest inspirations of mine are from that generation, and
Right.
that is like a personal level. Then I changed to PC. That actually right now I most of the games I play on PC, but the
Mhm.
PS2 was like really important.
So at what
And
point
yes,
well, no, continue.
okay. On a personal level, is that, and on a professional level, um, when I was younger, I had like the fear that learning to make video games would like kill the magic that the games have for me and at that age. But with time, I realized that it was not like that, and it was more like I I really admire the people who make video games because they are so freaking hard to make and really hard to make. And being a solo developer, it's even much harder. But when I realized that the magic was still there, when I started learning Unity when I finished high school here in Argentina, and then I studied a couple of years in university and made a couple of courses, and that's how I learned to use Unity. I primarily use Unity. I don't know how to use Unreal or other engines, and
Mhm.
I started to making games because I really love uh, playing them mostly. It's yeah. I mean the inspiration for me particularly was Donna was my dog, because before that I knew I wanted to make games of my own, outside of the career and everything, but I didn't have the motivation to start until the idea of making an RPG, mixing like Zelda things with maybe some Cat Quest features. I had that
Mhm.
idea, and the motivation kicked in, and I started working on Donna the Canning Quest a couple of years ago. Then everything, then the reality came in like it's really hard to make an RPG. It's really hard to make an RPG by your being a solo
Mhm.
developer, and so the scope was like bigger than it should have been, and so that's because the game maybe is not the best RPG out there, but I think it has its own flavor. It's the every like like I told you, every
Mhm.
NPC is a real dog or a cat from
Right.
friends or family. Uh, that was
I
important to
suspected,
me.
yeah, I suspected that was the case when I played it some months ago.
Okay,
Um,
that's nice.
yeah.
And
Though before,
all the art also it's made by an artist, by a friend, and
Mhm.
that's important to me. Uh, Aside from the gameplay thing and everything, like the visual stuff, it's really big to me.
Right. Though before we get into the Donna games, looks like at least according to Steam, you released your first project was yet another climbing game,
Oh yes, yes.
um, which has been prompting some questions from not just myself but the crew because we're wondering if there are that many climbing games to where this has to be a title.
No, there are not probably, but it's like a joke in the
Uh,
sense of you remember the time where there started to be games like Fodian games, like the Bennett Foddy.
yes.
So it's a joke with that thing, and the Only Up and all those games were like you start to climb some things and you fall all the way down. It's like a rage bait game for
Hmm.
streamers, and I made it honestly to practice coding and developing a game and to have the experience of what it's like to release a game on Steam. That was the objective with this game. I made it halfway through Donna's development. Um, I started working on Donna the Gunning Quest before
Hmm.
even thinking of making yet another climbing game. And then on November of 2024, I released yet another climbing game, which took me about a month and a half to develop.
And what was the impetus behind that?
Oh, sorry.
What was the impetus behind just starting a new game while you're developing a game?
Oh, it was like halfway development of Donna. I was I realized there was a lot of things that I didn't knew how to do, like things like putting out a Steam page, making capsule art for the game on Steam, um, having a
Okay,
Steam account, a lot of things outside of making the game
all right.
itself that I wanted to know how to do it. So I prefer to learn how to do that with a simple game that I made like in a game jam mode to like try things out.
All right. And did any of the developmental lessons from one apply to the other? Like,
Oh, I think yes, for sure. I learned how to put achievements into a game, Steam Cloud, a lot of technical stuff that I didn't knew how to do, and yeah,
mm,
for sure. Even though they are two completely different genres, I think I learned a lot from every great game that I released up to this point.
right. Okay. Well, I suppose shifting fully to Donna the Canine Quest. Um, so is the actual Donna still alive at this stage?
Oh yes, yes, it's alive. It's right now. It's on discount on Steam because of the summer sale, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
planning on a new update to release this year. Everything slowed down because of I'm still making other games. I made Donna
Right.
Survivors, and I'm working on a new project that probably we'll talk about later, maybe if you
Mm-hmm.
want.
Oh, we will.
Uh, okay, okay. We have some footage uh,
Yeah.
never seen before, and
Right.
yeah, it's for sure it's alive. It's alive.
Okay. Um, and what kind of dog is Donna supposed to be?
Donna, it's a Rottweiler.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a
we thought
Rottweiler.
so, but we just wanted to make sure because
Okay.
it's a very cartoony art style.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, it's a Rottweiler. Here in my family, we always had Rottweilers. We
mhm,
love pets so much. We have like 4 dogs and 3 cats, and we
mhm,
always have like a lot of. They are like family to us. They are members of our family, and my father's always. Um, my father and my mom always had Rottweiler since I was a kid. I grew up with a Rottweiler, and they're a beautiful race of dogs. They are super friendly, super lovable, super
mm.
protective of you. They're amazing.
That's not how they're usually depicted in the popular
Yeah,
media.
yeah, yeah. That's sad. That's part of why I wanted to make a game with uh, Rottweiler that was the main character to and made Donna like she's super cute and she's super lovable and she's not
Mm,
a bad dog. My picture you see here in the screen,
mhm,
it's my dog Ringo. It's the brother of Donna, and he's male and he's super big. He's like 50 kilograms, and you see him and it's like a beast, but it's super lovable, super afraid of everything. He won't. You can fit him in the mouth and he won't bite you. It's like really, really nice dog.
mm. Well, that's good to know. And how long ago did you start on Donna?
how long the development
Yeah.
process.
Yes.
It was like, it's difficult to say because the game went like through three migrations of the project to different versions of the engine, but I think around 2 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably 2 years. Yes, 2 years of development,
Mm,
where it was like only 1 years of those 2 years was full time on Donna, because
mm-hmm.
I also work aside from making my own games. I At the moment and right now I make delivery on a pet shop, and yes, everything related to pets here. And nowadays I also test games as a freelancer. I am a playtester. I made quality assurance,
Right.
so that's why the development of my games are like a bit slow right now. But
Yeah, you gotta live, you know.
yeah, of course, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's a story that we do hear fairly often. Like sometimes we get full-time indie developers, sometimes we get part-time because this um path is, there are a lot of games, not all of them make it.
Yeah.
Just to boil down to the essence here. Um, with that in mind, how has Donna the Canine Quest been doing in terms of sales and stuff?
Oh, it performed really well, honestly. Uh, I'm not rich, but honestly, I'm so happy with the results. I think the most beautiful thing is seeing people play it on YouTube, like making how it's said, like a series of the game, playing all the game and making chapters on it, and I really like to see that, and uh, the reactions of
Uh,
the people, the reviews, everything. It's beautiful, but it's going. It has done well. Yeah.
okay. Um, and I think one aspect we haven't touched upon yet is the music. Did you make the music and the sound effects yourself, or was that done elsewhere?
Okay. The music, yes. I've done it. It was done by a friend of mine. I helped her. I was with her with through all the process of the making of the music. Her name is Arianna Lioret, and
Hmm.
she's a super talented musician. And all the soundtrack is made by her. I play guitar, so I made a couple of the melodies. The composition of some of the songs are made together.
Mm.
But she is the brain behind all the music, and also some of the sound effects. Some are like stock sound effects that I bought, but some of them, like when you die, when you heal, or when you level up, there are melodies from made by her.
Hmm. Okay. And I suppose this is a good time as any to shift to Dawn of Survivor, um,
Okay.
which was a bit of a surprise to us because I don't think we were expecting a, what they call bullet heaven roguelike survivor game, vampire survivor like, what have you. Um, and I'm assuming that this game didn't take as long to develop as the Canine Quest.
Oh no, not at all.
Um,
It took me about 2 months, 2 to 3 months of development. Primarily because I had all the assets from Donna the Quest. There are some new assets. There are quite
right.
a lot of new enemies in the higher stages. But all the characters are from Donna the Quest. a
Hmm.
lot of the first enemies are from Donnaverse Quest. But of course, the way to play the game is completely different and a different genre.
Mhm.
But yeah, it took me a lot less than Donnaverse Quest. It's like the equivalent of yet another climbing game. It was like I had started working on my next project, who is a horror game that I'm developing right now. And in halfway through, I decided to make a quick project, which is Donna Survivors.
Hmm.
So
And
that's
was
what
there any
Donna
particular?
Survivors is.
Yeah. Was there any particular reason why it was a survivors game?
Not really. I really like the genre because I really enjoy playing survivor like games. And
Mm,
it's like a fairly easy genre to make. Not saying that my game is the best out there. Of course, it's not, but it's not that hard uh, as other genres. It wouldn't take that much time, and that's the biggest reason because I decided to go with this genre.
mm. Okay. And are you satisfied with how Survivors came out?
Oh, yeah, completely. It's um, it's also on Google Play Store.
Oh,
Uh, that was something I had. Yet another climbing game is also on the Play Store, but I wanted
okay.
to make a game that I really enjoyed playing on mobile. For example, when I go out and I can play on my PC or whatever, and I really enjoy playing Donna Survivors on my mobile, and my friends and family also enjoy it. So that's enough for me, really.
Hmm. And did you have to make any special accommodations to either game, bringing it to Android?
Yes, not that much because like the only thing you do in the game is walk around and pick up upgrades. So
Right,
that could be done with only one finger or the mouse, for example. So in
right.
Unity, it's easy to translate the mouse movement to what you touch in the screen in your mobile phone. So it was quite easy to port to mobile.
And I guess
And the
it
game
should be
is
mentioned there's
like,
also a very competent version of Vampire Survivors itself on mobile to kind of gauge how the game plays against.
yep.
Okay. And like, are they paid apps or are they like free apps that you put out?
No, I released the game as a premium format. Like I
Hmm.
think it's 1.99 or maybe it's $1. I don't remember right now, but it's like no ads. I don't really like the ads format for mobile. That's
Mm.
primarily why I don't develop games for mobile.
Right.
Uh, but
Yeah,
no, it has no ads.
right. Uh, anyway, so I suppose shifting ahead, um, it's now a good time to talk about your upcoming project, which, as far as I like, does it have any connection with the Donnaverse here, or is it completely new?
Not really. It does not have any connection with the Donnaverse. It's a completely new game, new story, new characters. Of course, it's like a completely different genre from what I was doing. It's a horror game, a psychological horror game, also
Hmm.
made in Unity. It's a 3D game, uh, quite different from what I was doing. I was doing 2D games, pixel art games, and this is a complete shift in directions. And I started working on projects and horror game projects like a couple of years ago, but everything was
Hmm.
like prototypes and things.
I guess for anyone
Um,
who's not checking the screen right now, I just started playing the footage on the actual live video feed.
yeah. So for the people who are seeing this on YouTube or Twitch, you can see the game is completely different from
Hmm.
Donna Survivors or Donna Agony Quest.
Have you thought of as a joke having Donna make a cameo appearance?
I would really love that to happen. Uh, I would really love that to happen. Of course, it will be at least an Easter egg of Donna.
Yeah, like you don't
But
want, especially in a horror type game. I don't think you want your beloved dog to show up.
no, no. I don't think so. It won't go well. But yes, at least an Easter egg of Donna would be. Uh, so that's it. It's a psychological horror game set in a forest. The protagonist, the protagonist will have my voice, and the game story is like the protagonist is tired of his daily life. He's very stressed and have like some mental problems, and decides to go to. He really loved his grandfather that passed out and a couple of years ago, and he remembers that his grandfather had a cabin in the woods in a forest. So he decides to go to that forest and search for the cabin and go there to remember his grandfather and his style of life. Like his grandfather was like a lot more from out of the city, from the field, more like relaxed living style, to say so. And when he arrives the forest, he realizes that his daily life problems won't go away being there. Uh, even the problems started being bigger because to spoil a bit, the forest works like a brain. It has like its own mind and shapes things in the way or the problems of the protagonist happening in his head. So that's a bit like the introduction to the story. I don't want to spoil anything, but of course,
Of
when the
course.
game is ready, you will have your keys to test it out. I hope
Right.
you like horror games.
I mean, we get quite a few of these. Like indie horror is a um, rather
It's big.
burgeoning genre.
Yeah,
Like so, um, as far as like, it depends on the person. I think I'm the
yeah.
one who's most attuned with horror games.
Hmm.
The other guys here, they just have to play it when it's on a console.
Okay.
I mean, that's just kind of the nature of horror, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, um,
Yes. Yep.
so
So I wanted to. Sorry, I wanted to make a game that, like the horror
mhm.
game, it's the media to tell a story and talk about things. Uh, so what I want to achieve with this game is talk about some hard stuff, maybe, and
I mean, it's a
hope
good
it
genre.
help.
It's a good genre to do that sort of thing with.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And that's why
Yeah,
I choose this genre.
yeah. And as far as my first question here is, how is it, working with a completely 3D game versus the 2D stuff that you've done previously?
Oh, it's completely different. Yeah.
Mm,
It's way harder. You're adding another dimension to it,
yep.
so it's really hard. But it's fun also. I like the challenge, and like I said before, I was prototyping things like a couple of years ago, so it's not my first encounter with a 3D world in this engine, but like from a perspective of you need to have a good PC to develop this kind of game, like a good
Mhm.
processor, a good graphics card. And maybe it was something that I didn't have a couple of years ago. So right now I can afford to make this kind of game, because if not, when you try to compile a build for the game, you could
Yeah.
be hours waiting for the game to compile, things like that. That's one of
Right.
the biggest changes. A compilation of Donna could take a few minutes, and here, like making the lights of the environment, things like that, could take a lot of time.
Hmm. And in terms of a horror game here, is this, well, for to get to the point, like Amnesia: The Dark Descent?
Oh, great game. What is the question? Sorry.
Well, the question is, does it play like most indie horror titles in that, you walk around and you have
Oh yeah,
to dodge a evil
Hello.
force out there that stalks you, and with the closets and such?
exactly. That's mostly the gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't want the player to engage. Sorry, I didn't understand the question at first.
Yeah.
But it's a bit. It's really inspired by Amnesia, yes. Uh,
Mm.
and I don't want the player to engage a lot in combat or fleeing from the enemy. I want the horror to go through the topics that are talked about in the game, and the this the soundscapes are really important. The sound design it's really really big when making this kind of games. So I want that the ambience to be the primary thing that sets the mood and the experience.
Hmm.
It won't be a
Okay.
survival horror, to say so. It won't be combat in this game or things like
Right.
that.
Um, though I suppose it's also important to ask if there's going to be any sort of what we quantify as gameplay at all, or if this is what they
Oh
would
yes,
call it, walking simulator. Um,
it's
like
halfway
Deer-esque or
through. Could be defined as a walking simulator. It will be puzzles for sure. Yeah, you will
Mhm,
need to flee from some enemies at points, and you will be able to hide from them. Uh, but it will be again. It will have gameplay mechanics as puzzles and things like that. So not completely a walking simulator, or maybe not sure how to. I will define it more as a horror, psychological horror game than a walking simulator, but could fit both of that genre thing.
hmm. Will there be any puzzle?
Yeah, 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 for sure it will be.
Okay. And okay, so now I'd like to delve into the game, so to speak, as in, the who are you, what are you doing, what is the story, the characters, all of that business.
In this game, okay.
Yes.
In uh, in this game, as I told you, the character maybe could be like represented like me. That's why I'm making the voice of the character, and it's
Okay.
like a story of someone who has some mental problems, some common mental problems, like could be anxiety, maybe a bit of depression that sadly nowadays is something fairly common in a lot of people, and some people do not treat that well, like don't receive the help they need.
Hmm.
And the story is like the story of someone who had a strong connection with a family member, and when he passes away, he starts to crumbling down his entire life, and in desperation, he tries to flee from reality, going away from the city, from his responsibilities, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Nothing of that works because you can't escape from your problems all life. You need to face them and try to be better every day. So that's kind of the
Mm-hmm.
the story of the game. It's around that.
Okay. And what's the current completion state of the game, or in your
I would,
estimation?
in my estimation, I would say it's like a 50% complete. Uh, the Yes, because all the tools in engine are made. Everything is ready to start finishing the story inside of the game. All the mechanics, all the game will be uh, localized to various language. Will be in English. It will be in Spanish, probably Japanese and Chinese,
Mhm.
and probably German, and all the language I can.
Right,
And
right.
all the tools are ready. So now it's only finish the game, polish things, the puzzles, the
Hmm.
the persecution things. So I think it's 50% made.
Okay.
Uh, Probably will be out in a couple of months. It's like
All right.
it was also a fast development process in this case,
Hmm.
because I had the story somewhat planned beforehand, and I know how to use this horror engine, so it's not that hard to work on this project.
All right. Well, we certainly look forward to uh, covering the game when it's ready to be covered in a completed state. Um,
Nice.
any announcements on pricing yet?
Not really. It won't be it won't be expensive. I wanted to release it for price because the game won't be that long. Will be like from 1.5 hours to 2 hours, so probably will be around $4 or $5. I don't
Hmm.
know how you see that pricing.
Mhm.
Anything confirmed yet, but
Okay.
I I want it to be fairly cheap and to be
Hmm.
a good experience for the players.
Right. Well, I think I have run through my gamut of questions.
Nice.
Petty, do you have anything further?
I think all mine have been gone through.
All
Okay.
right then. All right. So yeah, Ramiro, it was very wonderful having you on the program and talking about your games. It's been a very good conversation, I think. And with that in mind, the games are yet another climbing game, Donna the Canine Quest, Donna Survivors, and the upcoming Forest Mine. Um,
That's right.
yes, the Steam Summer Sale just started, so everything here is at a uh, 25 to $60 discount, depending
Percent,
on the game.
percent.
Yes. Um, is Forest Mine getting a Steam page prompt soon?
Yes, soon. Soon we'll have
Okay,
a theme page ready. We're finishing
right.
capsule things and screenshots, but yes.
Okay. So once that goes up, you can go and wishlist it then. All right, so that'll about do it for another installment of Fragments of Silicon, the Daylight interviews. As always, be sure to tune in next time for the Sunday reviews. And until then, I shall wish you good gaming.